Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm playing around with the Lolo Fairytale collection, the mineral eyeshadows. So over Black Friday I did pick up a few things from Lolo, not just the Fairytale collection but a few other things, and yeah, I thought I would play around with that today. So I did actually, I'll just show you what else I got. So I did get this free with it, which is a beautiful berry makeup bag. I love this. So I picked up another Sculpt and Glow kit because I definitely needed that. Like I said before, I wanted to try out another pressed eyeshadow of theirs, but that colour blue. So the blue they have is called Double Denim. It's quite a dark blue. So it looks like that. So I'm intrigued to see what that is like. I won't be playing with this in today's video. It's just the Fairytale collection, but I thought I'd show you anyway. And then I also picked up two more of the Mineral Loose eyeshadows as well. One in the shade Gunmetal, one in Khaki Sparkle. So I will show those at a later date, but like I said, today focus on the Fairytale collection from Lolo. This is one of their festive Christmas collections that they bring out. Last year it was the cocktail collection. So it comes in a package like this. I really love the colour of this. Berry tones I absolutely love at the moment. So this is pretty. Then open it up. So because I spent a certain amount, I actually got this for free, but this retails for £21 I believe, which I'll leave linked down below. You get three shades: Glass, Slipper, Charming and Fable. I will do swatches of them all. Okay, so the first shade is Glass Slipper, which is the lightest out of the three. So I'm swatching this on a dry hand, so I've not put any primer down. So again, it's kind of very similar, I think, actually to Bucks Fizz. So if you liked the shade of Bucks Fizz, which I used in my last video, then this actually might be quite nice for you. It almost looks like it's a rose gold. It's definitely a gold, light gold, champagne-y gold kind of colour. Really compliments you for any look, really. Pop it in the inner corner, all over the lid. Like, it's quite a standard colour, I'd say. So nothing particularly unique about that colour, but it's a really pretty colour, and like I said, it's a colour that's going to go with a lot of eye looks, I think. Okay, next is the shade Fable, which has a bit more, well, it looks like it's going to be a bit more orange toned. Let's have a little swatch. Ooh. That's very pretty. Yeah, so definitely much more of an orange tone. In the previous festive one, it was more purple themed. You had the Bucks Fizz, but then the mulled wine and the espresso martini were more like purple, deep red tones, whereas this is more oranges, and then there's a kind of a reddy tone, berry tone in a minute. But that's a really pretty colour. It almost has like a duochrome effect. It's definitely orange, but I feel like it's gold. There is gold running through it as well. Very, very pretty as well. Finally is Charming, which is the one I'm possibly most excited about. Okay, and then finally is the shade Charming, which is the one that I'm probably most excited about. Like the kind of lovely red colour, but it looks kind of berry toned as well. And like I said, I've been really loving colours like that. So I'd say this is much more of like a lighter colour selection as opposed to the last one, which had more deeper colours, but still quite festive. I say the shade Fable, which is a more orangey tone one, isn't necessarily a festive colour as such in comparison to the other two colours, but it works very well, I think, in conjunction with those two colours, which is why I think they probably added it. I have to say, I think I prefer the colours from last year, just because I like the darker purpley tones for winter. I do love the shade Charming, it looks like a pretty one, and Glass Slipper is very pretty as well, but because I think I've got Bucks Fizz, that is maybe not necessarily colour for me. But if you didn't get last year's, then maybe you might want to get this one for that shade. So I'm going to put them on my eyes and see what kind of look I might come up with them. I'm going to try and just use those eyeshadows and no other ones, and just see what kind of look I can do that's quite festive. So I'm going to start with my eye primer to begin with, because as I mentioned before, these mineral eyeshadows, they do need a tacky base for them to work well. Okay, I think I'm going to start off with the shade Fable. So I've popped some into the lid. I'm going to take my shading brush from 100% Pure to pick it up on my brush. Now you want to be careful with these because you will get fallout as well, because they are loose mineral ones. And I'm going to start just packing this onto the lid. And I'm going to start mainly with this just on the kind of inner third of the lid, because I think I'm going to put Charming on the outer portion. And I will blend these out. I just want to lay down the colour first, but as I've mentioned before, you need to be careful with blending these eyeshadows out, because they could blend into, you can almost blend them too much and take away the pigment. So you just want to do soft motions. Sorry, I'll zoom you in a bit more actually. So this is the shade Fable. I'm just going to pat this just above the crease slightly with this brush. Okay, moving on to my favourite shade out of the collection, which is Charming. And this is going to go, like I said, on the outer portion of the lid. And create a nice gradient effect. And I'm going to pat this into that Fable colour to get that nice blend. Just going to softly blend these edges. I'm using a very light pressure with this. Okay, what I'm going to do on that same fluffy brush, pick up a little bit of Charming, just small out, and just very lightly buff this along here, lower lash line. Okay, and finally I'm going to take the shade Glass Slipper. I'm going to take it on a pencil brush, make sure I tap off, and I'm going to pop this into the inner portion. I'm going to bring it up and round a little bit as well. Just drag it a little bit into this inner portion of the lower lash line as well. And I'm just going to take a small amount, but I'm going to take it on the fluffy brush this time, that Glass Slipper shade, and just ever so slightly highlight the brow bone. But purposely using a fluffy brush, it'll pick up less product, because this is possibly a bit too intense to be a full-on brow highlight. With a fluffy brush, and just really buff it in. I think it'll work quite nicely. Okay, so that's all the shadows on my eyes. That's kind of the look complete. I purposely just wanted to use those shades just to see what they were like, and it does create, all three together create a nice eye look for sure. So you don't necessarily need to add anything else in. You could, if you wanted to, add some kind of dark brown or black along the upper lash line, smudge it out just to give that a bit more of a smoky effect. Could look quite nice, but overall I think the three colours paired together work beautifully. I think I do prefer last year's festive collection, just because I like the deeper purple tones. I love the shade Charming, the red one, so I might play around with that again by itself. Like I said, Glass Slipper is actually probably a bit more, slightly more goldy toned than the Bucks Fizz one, but it's quite similar. So it's not necessarily one that I need in my collection, but it works with the set because it gives you then an option to highlight certain areas if you want to, like, highlight the inner corner or the brow bone and stuff like that. And actually the shade Fable, the orange shade, I definitely think is a unique shade for Lolo. I haven't really seen many orange tone shadows from them, so I think that is really nice for them. But I do think I prefer last year's collection. This is a pretty collection, and it's kind of the orangey red tones actually suits my eye colour quite well, but I think I do prefer the last year's. So yeah, I think if you like these kind of colours and like Lily Lolo Mineral Loose eyeshadows, then definitely go for it, because I think you will really enjoy this. I just personally prefer last year's collection a little bit more, but obviously you can't get that collection anymore, so yeah, but I definitely want to play with Charming again, maybe a bit more by itself, and kind of make that more of the focus on the eye. Next look I think is going to be a slightly more ready toned, very toned look as well, eye look. So maybe I'll incorporate it then. But yeah, overall I think it's a really nice collection. All three colours work well together nicely. I just personally prefer last year's collection a little bit more. So that's my thoughts and opinions. That's the eye look done, performed just as lovely as the regular mineral eyeshadows from Lily Lolo. So that's this video complete. I really hope you enjoyed. Leave your thoughts and opinions down below and any requests for future videos, and I'll see you in my next one. Thanks for watching.